And welcome to what will most likely be the first of our Dry January series. Welcome to the future. It's 2025, y'all.
Oh my God.
Woohoo!
Kaydra, did you have good holidays? We have a guest on. I know I'm jumping ahead, but...
Yes, she's captivated all of our hearts on my Instagram feed with her blue eyes and lovely videos.
Oh my goodness.
And this is Kaydra from Perplexity, a mystery podcast.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay! You survived the holidays. We survived. I have just a slight sniffle, but I'm still trekking along.
Amanda's sick again.
Amanda's sick. It happens every time.
Oh man, I always get sick right around Thanksgiving, and that did happen. But all good now. And yes, I did have a good holiday. Thank you for asking.
Good. Although it sounds like we all had a good holiday, I'm hoping we all have at least one dreadful dilemma to share today.
Oh, I know I got one.
Oh yeah.
Same. Trevin, do you want to go first like we normally do?
Sure, I can go first.
Okay.
So my dreadful dilemma actually does have to do with the holiday that just came by. And a close friend of Kaydra and I's gave me a present, and that would be you, Amanda.
Oh, uh-huh.
On our show, Amanda gave me the bidet that we've been talking about for like 2 years now.
Yes, better late than never.
And I know on our other Dry January episode, I will briefly probably talk about it again, but I finally tried it. I didn't realize that it was basically just a water fountain for your butthole.
Yeah, what did you think it was?
All the pictures make it look like a little fountain, so I just think that the crest of the fountain will softly... a very soft little crest of water. I didn't realize it was going to be a straight stream.
Oh yeah. Kaydra, yes. It's like a water flosser, but for your private parts. You better watch out.
I didn't watch out at first. I said, how strong can this puppy go, you know?
There's no foreplay. It's very aggressive.
Turn my brown eye blue, if you know what I mean.
It's cold too. Why is it so cold?
Yeah. But my dilemma is they need to put a dryer on this thing because now I'm just walking around with a sopping wet ass.
Exactly. They do have dryers, but they're expensive.
Ugh, that's how they get you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they had dryers like that. It's so weird. Like,
I can't afford it.
I can't even picture it. Like, what? You do the water and then you're like, all right, let's heat her up. Whatever. But I think the bidet itself is very useful. Of course, Trevin, you can still use a tiny bit of TP at the end. Come on.
Yeah, I just need like a whole towel.
Maybe the one I got you is way too powerful.
I think my technique, I'm just working on it, you know.
You got to practice a little bit. The other fun thing is when you're in like just the slightly most off angle and the water like shoots out of the toilet.
Yep.
Oh.
Or it goes like in the wrong place. That's not fun.
Mm-hmm. I've had all of those things happen. Plus, I have a 6.5-year-old who's trying to use it on her own.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it has shot in every direction, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Because if you turn the knob just the littlest bit, it like explodes.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't play. Well, I'm sorry for your butthole, Trevin. I meant to do well by you, not to harm you.
I still love it. I think it's great. I just think it's an operator error issue. And yeah, maybe I don't need to let it run for 12 Mississippi or anything, you know?
Oh, yeah. No,
I don't need to take a whole bath in this thing.
Oh, my God. Well, I also have a dreadful dilemma. And then we'll have yours as well, Kaydra. But you guys, I came with a receipt.
Oh, no.
She has receipts.
Receipts! Proof! Screenshots, whatever.
I know it's not CVS because it's not very big.
No, but it is folded. It is a little longer. So I have to share something that happened to me. And it was during the holidays while I was traveling around with my family. We were in Wichita, Kansas. We had just visited a bunch of family, and we were on our way to go home. And so we stopped at a Sonic, which I love Sonic. Shout out.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's so good. So many drink choices. But we pulled in, and it was my husband, Jordan, and our 2 girls in the back. And so we had a long list of an order, hence the receipt. The food was great. Everything was fine. But I was super embarrassed by my husband, and I have to tell you guys, I'm just going to act it out for you what happened, okay?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this impression of your husband.
So this is me playing what would you even, they're not a waiter. What are they?
Oh,
what would you call a Sonic employee?
That's not a bellhop, but they have
know.
little skater. I mean, I don't know they don't skate anymore.
I will be playing the Sonic employee, okay?
Yeah.
So she walks out with a giant bag. She pulls out this receipt that's in my very hand, and she proceeds to read off every single item with every single detail. So let me go ahead. Oh, we have a combo double smasher, no cheese, add jalapenos, medium tots, medium cherry limeade with 1 wacky pack, with chicken strips, small tots, mini corn dog, and a toy. Keeps going. Another wacky pack, chicken strips, tots with a toy. Wait, how many wacky packs did I... Okay, 2. 2 corn dogs, 1 BLT with cheddar peppers and mustard and ketchup on the side. Okay, she's reading, going. And do you know what Jordan does?
I don't even know. He said, not my order.
After this poor woman carrying this giant bag of our food is like, you had this, you had this, you had this, you had this, you had this. He just looks up at her and he goes, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you say that again?
Wow.
And he was joking, obviously. My husband is like very sarcastic, but that was probably one of the most cringe moments I've had with him because these strangers don't know that he is sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so she just immediately looked up and was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, please don't listen to him. He's being a little shit. Thank you. You know, take the food. Let's go. But you guys, I was mortified and I don't get embarrassed easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's relatable.
My dad likes to pull shit like that. I remember one time when I was a kid, he took us to like a CC's Pizza or Pizza Ranch or any of those places where it's just all you can eat pizza buffets.
Yeah.
And it was really late at night and there wasn't that many people in the restaurant. And one of the bussers came by and they were pushing that big busser cart that's like taller than them. And they're doing it really slowly. And the dude's thing kind of moved and hit our table just a little bit and made kind of a knock noise. And my dad grabs his knee and goes,
oh my God.
The dude pushing the cart, you could just see him go white as a ghost. Like, oh no, I just injured this patron. What have I done? And then my dad was finally just like, that's cool.
Oh my God. Why do these dads think they have to be so cringy to service workers?
I have a good one that's in that same realm with my father.
Do tell.
We had a restaurant that we went to growing up, and it was an Italian restaurant. It was a very like mom and pop, like small business. So they had regulars and we would go there all the time. And after this, like I never wanted to go there again because I was so mortified. But basically, one of the first few times we ate there, me and my whole family sat down and they had all these paintings, like a big mural on the wall that was supposed to be, I think, like Rome. And they had a statue. I don't know what statue it was. It was probably a famous one, but it was a statue of a man that was naked with his butt like facing out.
My favorite kind of statue.
Exactly. Yeah. Very realistic, gotta say. But his butt crack, you know, is on the wall. And my dad just thought it would be so funny to grab one of the servers and be like, you should tell your manager there's a crack in your wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like my dad.
And the waitress, I just remember immediately was like eyebrow cocked, like so worried and was like, oh my God, where? It's like looking around and my dad's just like smirking and he just casually points to the wall. He's like right over there. And I don't even think she said anything. I think she just like walked away.
She's like, I have shit to do.
And it was also that pivotal age when you're a teenager and you're embarrassed by literally everything that your parents do. So I just remember being like, Dad, oh my God.
Oh my God. Jordan at least tipped the lady a nice tip. So hopefully both of your dads did also. I mean, that bell boy, he didn't get a tip probably. Right, Trevin?
I'd have no idea.
I doubt he did. He was probably pushing those carts thinking he was injuring old men on the job without an extra dime to his name.
Yeah, I guess his tip was just don't trust a man in a booth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm going to have to tell Jordan that he's acting like an old dad.
Old dad.
Like he needs to get with it. Kaydra, do you have a dreadful dilemma?
I do. As you guys just saw earlier with my technical issues, I have a very tech-savvy, wonderful fiance who I love very much. Want to preface that first.
He seems so lovely.
However,
Uh-oh.
he has smartified our house. And here's the positives, okay? It's a great hosting house, and people come over and they're like, oh my gosh, you have all these lights that are like motion censored, and we have like the Govee lights that are like colorful and they go along with the TV. Oh, this is so cool.
Ooh.
So it's like aesthetically great. And a lot of people that come over like it, mood lighting, all that stuff. But as you guys know, because I have told you this several times, I am not tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime that we have issues with the lights, I have to be like, oh, fiance, help.
Yeah.
And there have been multiple times where I'll be cooking and the motion sensors are not super accurate. So if I'm standing still for a while, they'll think that I'm not in the kitchen. And so I'll be like mid chop and it's pitch black in my kitchen.
That's unacceptable.
Right. And I can't just go like flip a switch and turn it back on because everything's automated. So then I have to be like, where's my phone? Where's the app? Where's the tab within the app that has the kitchen lights? Which one has the correct kitchen light? When I'm usually in the middle of like boiling things and chopping things and frantic. So that has been quite an adventure. That's one example of many with these smart lights. But my dilemma is I now have a smart home, but I have no idea how to use it.
You're not smart enough to use it.
Exactly. It's probably not that hard. I'm not good at tech things.
When you grow up all your life and there's a switch on the wall, you know, there's going to be some adjusting.
Well, and the whole thing that's funny about it is TJ has ADHD. And so he got it because he would leave lights on all the time. And it's easier for him sequentially to not have to worry about it. Has it saved any money electricity wise? I don't think it actually has, but it has helped him. But in it helping him, it has actually made my life harder. So.
Yeah, you've like almost lost your fingers over the matter.
Right?
Yeah, his peace of mind is your distress.
Literally.
I think I know how we can fix your problem. So you said if you're staying in one place for too long, it gets set. So I think maybe you just need to adapt a more active lifestyle. So anytime you're doing something, just jog in place more.
Jumping jacks.
Or like if you're cutting carrots, jog in place or something. As long as you stay in motion, the lights will stay on and you'll burn calories.
Yeah, I'll just chop while I jog. I don't see what the problem could be with that.
No, nothing could go wrong.
When the lights go out, we have this big island in our kitchen and there's a sensor on the other side of the island. So when the light goes off, I do have to like jog around the island to trigger the sensor and turn the light back on. So, I mean, I am getting some more steps in.
Yeah, see, so if you don't do my technique, you're going to have to do the run around the island either way.
Yeah, I've tried the crazy waving my arms and that doesn't always work. So I've just resulted to jogging around.
Running laps. God, back to PE class. I can't.
Not in my own home.
Not in my safe space.
I got a full-time job to get away from this.
I literally started crying one time. That's what made TJ like fix a lot of the sensors. But basically I was like sitting in the living room one time after having a really bad day. And I was like, all I want to do is sit on the couch, have some quiet and read my book on my Kindle. And I got all cozy. I had my little blanket and I was like, you know what? I want some mood lighting. And so I used what TJ had taught me, got all the mood lighting set up on the app. And within like 2 minutes, the lights changed to some automation that he had set up. And I was like, wait, I just set this up. Why is it? And I kept trying to change it back. It just kept going back. And so I just started crying because it was like the last straw of like my whole day. I was like, I just want to sit and read a book in my mood lighting.
I just want some peaceful ambiance. Like, what is this flashing bullshit?
This isn't the mood I had in mind.
I would be like you. I'd be like, how do I work this thing? I just can't simply handle it. I understand.
There's like these YouTubers that TJ has come across because this is the other thing is like he'll teach himself things through YouTube a lot, and it'll be like these tech guys that are like, this is how you blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's literally how we learned to smartify our house. But there's also these videos where the titles are literally like, my wife is super pissed about my smart house. What do I do? Wife not happy about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, see, it's not just me.
Wow.
Ooh, it's turned into a life coach sesh. It's like lights to life coaching.
I think he needs to go the next step further and make it voice activated so it'll be easier for you.
He has started to work on that because I told him that would help a lot. So we got, I don't even know what these things are called. Apple Home. Is that what it's called?
I don't think so.
I don't know. The one where you go, hey Siri, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like the plug-in pod like that. And so we have that in the kitchen now, but we need like maybe one more in the house because it's really an issue when I'm in the bedroom and when I'm in the kitchen. We just need to get those set up and it'll be better.
And we just missed Christmas, so there goes that for you. You got to wait a whole year.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Well, those are all very dreadful, you guys. And I'm so sorry. Really.
I hope your bidet problem gets better, Trevin. Bidets can be life-changing once you master the notch.
Yeah, that is so true. Preach it.
I'm learning, and it's just a muscle I never knew I'd have to learn to use, I guess.
I thought you were going to say a muscle I never knew I had to clench.
Well, that comes with it, too.
Is that the name of this episode?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We actually have a game, Kaydra, that was built specifically for you in mind.
Ooh.
And the game is called Petty Perplexity.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. It's going to be so amazing. So, this is the game where we take the most perplexing mysteries and turn them into trivial questions. Each question has multiple choice answers, and let's see how many you can guess correctly. Are you ready, Kaydra?
Oh my gosh, yes. No pressure.
All right. Are you ready for question number 1?
Hit me with it.
On November 24th, 1971, a mysterious man boarded Flight 305 from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. In the air, he admitted to having a bomb and demanded ransom money and 4 parachutes. Later, he was given the nickname DB Cooper after he jumped from the plane with the requested items and was never found or identified. What was the ransom request DB Cooper made to the stewardess? Was it A, $50,000 in $5 bills, B, $100,000 in $10 bills, or C, $200,000 in $20 bills?
So specific.
Yeah, that is very specific. I am familiar with the story of DB Cooper, but I've never covered it, so I haven't,
really?
researched it. I haven't.
Surprised.
It's been on my list for a very long time. I've heard it covered on other podcasts, but that specific of a detail I don't remember. So this is really going to be just a guess. So I'm going to go with the more specific option you gave, which I think was option C, the one with 20,000, or is that what you said?
Yes. So C was $200,000 in $20 bills, and you are correct.
Wow. Hooray.
Also, the audacity, though, to ask for any of those amounts in any small bills, like what was he thinking?
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Like, you want 200,000, bro? Then I'm going to give it to you in whatever bills I have.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's very, very specific. You're making some pretty high demands.
Exactly. But congrats, you got that one right.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Amanda told me about this game and told me that you are the expert in perplexing things. Like you just know everything that somebody might be perplexed about.
Ooh.
Because of that, and I thought to have a real life expert here on the show, I should probably take advantage of this.
Absolutely.
I have to also provide 5 questions in this trivia game as well. So I need you to help me figure out, why doesn't glue stick in the inside of a bottle?
Oh.
So is it A, glue is a polyester cyanocrylate, keeping it from sticking to most plastics? B, it needs air to dry and harden. The sealed container protects it from the air. Or is it C, glue does stick to the inside of the bottle, but the tiny bit left behind forms a small film that is accounted for in the amount sold.
What's the last one again?
C says that glue does actually stick to the inside of the bottle, but the tiny bit left behind forms a small film that is accounted for in the amount sold.
I feel stupid because I just don't understand what that means.
So it's saying that it does actually stick. Like
it does stick.
It does stick to the bottle, but it's just like a little bit.
Just a small amount.
Just a small amount. So you can still get the majority out.
Okay. Have I ever glued anything to a bottle? I don't. I mean, I've put like a sticker on the outside of a bottle, but not glue, and definitely nothing on the inside, I don't think. But there's air trapped in the bottle. I would think it would still dry.
I like the way she's thinking. I don't know the answers to his
I have
questions.
no idea if this is right, but was the second one that it will dry?
That it needs air to dry and harden. The sealed container protects it from the air.
C is the one where they said it would dry, right?
C is the one where it says it does stick to the inside of the bottle.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with that one then, because I feel like it would still dry on the inside.
And you are incorrect. It was actually that it needs air to dry and harden, and the sealed container protects it from the air.
Okay.
So that's why once you open one and then you use a little bit, it always gets like really dry at the tip because that's the part that's still exposed.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because, yeah, if it's like a glue bottle, there's a reason it doesn't dry inside the bottle until it comes into contact. Yeah. Okay.
I know it's a perplexing thing. Some people really ask that question and don't know. And then I started questioning it myself and I was like, whoa, do I know?
It is a perplexing thing. Like, why doesn't it dry inside of its container?
Yeah, there's got to be some oxygen in there.
There's some air in that bottle.
They put it in the bottle really, really fast.
Like,
hold your breath, bottle.
All right. Well, we're on to my next question. And we are back to the iconic mysteries here. So, the following historical figures all have unknown burial sites, increasing their mystique to the public. Which of the three icons gone too soon was the youngest at their time of death? Was it A, Cleopatra, legendary Egyptian pharaoh? B, Mozart, influential composer of the classical period? Or C, Amelia Earhart, American aviation pioneer?
Well, shit. Again, all people I'm familiar with don't really know how old they were when they died. Have an idea. I'm going to go with Cleopatra.
Dang, and you are incorrect. It was actually Mozart.
Really?
So Cleopatra and Amelia Earhart were both 39 years old, while Mozart was 35. But how weird is it that all three of them have murky or just totally unknown final resting places?
Yeah, I know that's weird for sure. And I knew that Cleopatra and Amelia were in their 30s, but I thought Mozart was older when he died.
Right. He looked so fancy in every photo I've ever seen.
It's really hard to tell how old people are when you look at photos from that time period. It's like you're either a baby or you're like some weird, obscure, middle-aged person. There's no in between.
That's so true.
Yeah, everybody has to look like 100 years old after their teens.
Exactly. It's all the lead that was in the air.
I feel that way just looking at stuff from the 90s too, when you see like, oh, this was a 30-year-old man in the 90s. And it's like, well, why does he dress like he's 65? This is style? All right, so we're on to our next question. So, do you know those bladeless fans that you see at Best Buy or like the electronic stores? There's just the hoop and then it blows air.
Yes.
How do those things work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say I'm worried about what you're about to ask me because I've literally wondered this myself.
This is something I've wondered for years and years and years. And then I sat down and I thought, what really perplexes me? And this was one of them. So, how do those things work? Is it A, electromagnetic waves radiate, creating synthetic wind? B, a hidden propeller in the base draws air in, then it forces it through narrow slits around the loop? Or is it C, the internal combustion motor conditions cancer particles into a cooling effect for humans?
Cancer particles?
Cancer particles?
It better not be that one.
That's what they're putting on their machines? I should probably start over.
I feel like I looked this up, but it was so long ago that I really don't remember. But I feel like I heard something about it pulling the air in. So I'm going to go with B.
You are correct.
Yay! Okay.
Praise be.
That was such a fun one for me because I really had no idea. But it was fun writing the cancer particles one too.
Yeah, that was very creative. That's the other thing is like, I'm impressed at the false answers that you guys are coming up with because they sound pretty legit.
I know there are so many shows out there that'll do trivia or Two Truths and a Lie, but I think Amanda and I are just good at throwing people off the scent.
Yeah, it's an art form.
It really is.
I'm going to come away from this having learned so many fun facts.
Well, this one is more of a statistic question for you. According to a civic science survey done in July of 2022, what percentage of U.S. adults agreed with the statement, Bigfoot/Sasquatch is a real living creature? A, 13%, B, 18%, or C, 22%?
Those are all fairly close together again, which makes this harder. 13, 18, or 22. I wonder if this was before or after that alleged sighting that went viral in Colorado on the train. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I know about that.
How recently was that?
It's recent, but I don't know when it happened. So I was like curious. I'm like, I wonder if that video was before or after this statistic, because that video went viral and a lot of people who like always kind of wondered if Bigfoot was around. A lot of people found that video compelling. They were like, oh my gosh, maybe he really is there. But I personally watched the video and I was not convinced.
It happened after this study.
Okay.
That happened in 2023 and the study was done in 2022.
I was just curious. But okay, so
no, that's a good question.
So you said 13, 18, or 22. I'm going to go 13%.
You are right.
Yay! 13's a good number. It's one of my lucky numbers.
Only 13% believe that Bigfoot is real. Are we in that 13%, you guys, or are we on the other side of it?
I'm on the other side.
Yeah, I'm on the other side as well. But I also haven't done a Bigfoot episode yet. I will say, though, one of my good podcasting friends that has done a lot of those topics, they haven't really found a lot of compelling evidence. So I love the idea.
I love the idea, too, so much that I might be in the 13%.
Just because you want it so badly to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I would love to see it. I think that would be really cool, but
yeah.
I'm not compelled either.
There's also a theory, similar to a lot of other cryptids, that the reason he's more elusive and no one's ever caught Bigfoot is because he can go through different dimensions.
Oh, snap.
I think that's pretty cool to just like think about.
The multiverse of Bigfoot.
Yes.
Somebody make that.
What do you think he's doing? Like fixing the multiverse for us or just running around?
Running amok, Trevin. He's running amok through all the universes, just being a free spirit.
He's just like a hairy version of Rick from Rick and Morty.
I'd be cool with that.
I'm not keeping track. I think she's gotten 2.
She's got one for me. How about you?
She got 2 of mine.
Okay, I'll keep track of all of it. So I want to talk to you about shopping, which women be shopping, right? I want to know if you guys know that much about Costco. It's a cool place. We just got one within the last 5 years and it's a game changer.
It's cool.
I do have a membership.
Yes, same.
Then you're an expert.
Yeah.
Since 1984, Costco has sold the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo. When the Costco president complained to the then CEO, Jim Sinegal, about wanting to raise the price, he said, quote, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out." After finding different ways to keep the cost down, Costco still sells the $1.50 combo to this day. With modern inflation, how much should the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo cost today? Is it A, $4.54, B, $6.73, or C, $8.20?
First of all, love that question. Love the quote. I was really trying not to laugh loudly into my microphone. And I so respect how cheap that hot dog is.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to Costco, I'm going to be getting it.
I will say, too, it is in the quote, he says, effing. I'm not afraid to say fuck, y'all.
He literally says effing. Oh, that's even better.
He says effing.
So don't you effing make me say fucking now.
You H-E double hockey sticks.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
I just don't want to lose my cred. I'm still hardcore. I just want you guys to know. I would never say effing. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my street cred here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with B because that was my initial guess when you were about to read the prices, as I was like, it's probably around $6.
And that is incorrect. It is actually the cheaper one, $4.54.
No way.
For just the soda and that, 12-inch dog.
See, this is what capitalism does. You have a higher price and you're convinced that it's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. That is so true.
They did jump through a bunch of hoops too. Like back in the day, they had an actual company that they were buying the sausages from or whatever. They eventually did switch it over to being just their Kirkland brand. They started having factories that made just the sausages just for their stores. So that's another reason why that price may seem lower is through that time, they also had to like adjust recipe and stuff to keep it cheaper before
that makes
that
sense.
too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So with the original ingredients, it probably is more.
I don't know anything else about this CEO, but solely for the hot dog thing. Respect. Respect, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's right. They swear by the hot dog deal.
They're good. Their pizza's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a next question for you. And this is a little spookier, okay?
We love the spooky.
Which of the following haunted airports have reports of a ghostly woman in white who is known to unravel toilet paper and slam toilet seats in the terminal bathrooms?
God, this could have been a story.
This is real. Okay, is it A, Chandler Airport in Fresno, California? B, Daniel K. Inouye Airport in Honolulu, Hawaii? Or C, the Denver International Airport in Denver, Colorado?
The only one I have heard of is the Denver airport. So I was hoping you would name that one. The other two I'm not familiar with at all. So I've got to go with Denver.
And you are incorrect, but no, I had to put Denver in there because we've talked about the airport and the big statue Blucifer. We've talked about how the artist who made Blucifer was killed by the statue. So
yes,
I actually got all of these choices from a great article about each airport. And the website I was going to give everyone, flyrai.com, and it was called Meet 5 of America's Most Haunted Airports. So each of them are haunted. There have been lots of different claims about all of these, but the correct answer about the woman and the toilet paper and the toilet seats is Daniel K. Inouye International Airport in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be A, so I would have been wrong too.
Everything I looked up, the theories about the woman in white is that she was waiting for her lover and looking out the window and he just left her there. And so now she's just slamming toilet seats. I don't know.
It's literally always a scorned lover.
Yeah, it really is, which I get it. I might be a scorned ghost one day. Who knows?
Why toilets though?
Yeah, that's really mischievous.
Like, if she's upset that her love left her, why are you going in the bathroom, girl? Like, I would be raising a stink at least at like the gates or something.
I would just be on the intercom like,
"This is the ghostly apparition speaking."
You know? But no, she's slamming toilet seats down. I don't know.
And what's she doing with toilet paper?
I guess just unraveling toilet paper is like a really common thing that's found. And yeah, people hear toilet seats slamming, so.
Those poor custodians.
So I've had this thought a lot about highways. You know, we have a lot of highways in the United States. And I've always wondered how long it took to get those things, you know? That must have been a really long time. People are like, is this ever going to actually lead to anything? I've always thought about that. So when Dwight Eisenhower passed the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956, how many years did it take to complete the 41,000-mile national system of interstate and defense highways? Is it A, 10 years, B, 25 years, or C, 35 years?
So I think this comes up in a very old episode, so it's going to be very fuzzy, but I did an episode about Route 66.
Oh, snap.
Which was really fun because Route 66 is incredibly long. Mm-hmm. And so there's tons of crazy stories off of that highway, hauntings, aliens, all kinds of stuff. But I talked about the history of how it was built. So I'm trying to like go into my subconscious and pull that out. For some reason, my brain was going 7 years, but you didn't say that. You said 10, 25?
10, 25, 35.
35. Not doing so well so far. But 25 seems like such a good round number. Let's do 25 years.
And you are incorrect. It's actually 35.
Okay.
35, really?
If it was going to be 10, I was going to be pissed because construction these days takes years and years. So I was like, if they built the whole highway system in that amount, wow.
That's true. You did say the whole system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay, 35 years. That's still pretty quick.
That's what I thought. I thought 35 years isn't too bad to go from scratch.
Yeah.
Right, no roads to all the roads. I mean, not all the roads, you know what I mean?
But just all the major highways, yeah. Where we live in Missouri, the roads are awful and they're always under construction. And at my old job, I was there 8 years, and I think 5 out of the 8 years, the bridge I had to take to get there was under construction.
Yeah.
Right.
That was where the thought first started coming to me. I was just like, if it's this hard to maintain these things, like how long does it take to even get them started? But I think with that Federal Aid Act and everything, it was good. And then I think once it went to the states, it was like, nobody gives a shit anymore.
Apparently.
But it had great intentions, and I still think 35 is pretty impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much my entire childhood, I think like into high school too. Anybody who's a Texan listening to this, they were always doing work on I-35. And I don't think they're ever going to stop doing work on I-35, but there was always construction specifically in that segment of the highway by my house. I think it took like 18 years for them to finish it, and it was not a whole lot of road. So that's pretty insane that they were able to pull that off in 35 years.
And get the whole nation to do it together.
Yeah, it's almost like when they care, they can get things done in a decent amount of time. It's crazy.
Right, but I still have a sinkhole in my street outside of my house, but that's a whole other thing. Ooh. So I have one final question on my end, and this is what it is. Which dumb serial killer was caught because of a parking ticket? Was it A, BTK, Dennis Rader, B, Son of Sam, David Berkowitz, or C, Ted Bundy?
I should know this. I really should. And I think I've actually heard this before, but it's not sticking to a specific person. I think it's Ted Bundy, though, but I'm not confident. We're going to go Ted Bundy.
I understand why you said it was him, because he got caught for like a traffic violation or something and got pulled over.
Yes.
The parking ticket specifically was Son of Sam, David Berkowitz.
Okay.
And this was kind of an interesting little thing. I don't know much about him at all or his crimes, but doing this research, I was like, A New York City woman named Casilla Davis had seen a car parked illegally by a fire hydrant shortly before a murder occurred nearby. She knew parking tickets had been given out, so she gave the tip to authorities. After reviewing the parking tickets given out in the area that evening, there was only one given to someone who lived hours away. This is what led to Son of Sam's arrest.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
I didn't know that.
That's like those stories of those really nosy neighbors that just happened to be looking outside, and they're like, it was 3:31 p.m. and I saw a red SUV that had license plate and this guy with salty blonde hair. Like, they can just like pick out the most specific details. I've heard that in a lot of true crime things where I'm like, I don't know anything about any of my neighbors, you know? Mm-hmm. But some of these people, they are very observant. And obviously it paid off.
I need to get better at being observant. I do like to be nosy if I see anything out of the ordinary in my neighborhood because I'm home so often now.
You just want the tea.
I just want the tea, but I'm not going to be the girl that's like, I wrote down the license plate. Like, maybe I should be, though. But I'd be like, the pants that guy was wearing were so weird.
Right.
Lady, give us something we can actually go with.
Yeah, like I want the tea, and I have made notes on my phone, but it's when things seem suspicious.
Yeah.
And like in a lot of the stories I've heard, it's like nothing in the neighborhood would have appeared off. It's literally just like someone puts their trash out for a day too long and somebody picks up on it.
Right.
There's always a neighbor like that in those stories. That's very specific and wild.
As long as they're nice, you know, I'm good with a nosy neighbor. I'm good with it because I want other nosy neighbors to be on the lookout with me.
I have a dog, and so we'll walk him in the morning and in the evening. And we had an influx in our neighborhood of people who have security systems outside of their home, which understandable, totally fine. But if you are recording me, I don't want to know, okay? So when I'm literally on the other side of the street, very far away from your house, and I hear a camera going, "Hi, you are currently being recorded." I'm like, excuse you? I don't want to know that.
There's actually one house in our neighborhood that has that, and it always weirds me out. And I always think that is the Texas of home security.
And
so
they are
that must
everywhere.
be what you see everywhere. Yeah.
They are everywhere in Texas, can confirm.
You were onto something. Mine whistles if you get too close. It's like, woo woo. And I'm like, someone's going to think I'm hollering at them. Like the whistle sounds kind of flirtatious.
It kind of is.
It's like, woo woo. And I'm like, oh my. Like, I don't even know how to actually do a whistle like it. It's like so flirty and like,
All right, I got one last question for you on things that perplex me. And all my corporate people out there, holla. I kind of just wonder, how do people just work and like working? You know, that's kind of weird. I'm going to ask a question about somebody who just really loved their job. So engineer Judith Love Cohen helped invent the abort guidance system, which was used to rescue the Apollo 13 astronauts. While in labor with one of her children, she printed out challenging work to complete during the delivery. Later that day, she called her boss to tell them she fixed the problem and the baby was born too. Who did that baby grow up to be? Is it A, actor Jack Black, B, quarterback John Elway, or C, model Cindy Crawford?
wow.
That is not the direction I saw the question going in.
Hot diggity damn. I was not wanting a challenge during either of my births. No, thank you.
What a woman, first of all.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, of course it was a woman. I'm just saying. What a multitasker.
Snaps.
Sorry, not sorry. What did you say at the beginning? That it was during what project?
Judith Love Cohen invented the abort guidance system, which was used to rescue the Apollo 13 astronauts.
Okay, you said 3. You said Jack Black. That is going to be stained in my mind. And then what were the other 2 you said?
Quarterback John Elway or model Cindy Crawford?
John Elway, no, absolutely nothing about that man.
He was quarterback for the Denver Broncos, and now I think he's the GM or something. I think he's the GM.
Yeah, no idea, because I'm not a sports person. But let's see. Cindy Crawford.
I do love Cyndi Lauper, though.
I'm like having brain mush.
Girls just want to have fun.
Crawford. Yes.
Or invent the abort guidance system.
Or that.
I'm going to go with Cindy.
And you are incorrect.
Was it Jack Black?
It was Jack Black.
I really wanted it to be Jack Black. I thought it was too good to be true, so I didn't do Jack Black. I should have gone with my heart.
That little devil.
Yeah, I was blown away when I found that out because I always thought that his life was just the exact same as in The Pick of Destiny. I thought he just came in on a bus and just started playing songs and got found that way.
I love Jack Black, so thank you for sharing that fun fact with me.
You are welcome. So I've got a total of 3 correct. Does that feel right?
I thought she got a few more right than that, but maybe not. I don't know.
I started strong, and then I
start so strong.
Really nosedived.
Hey, that's okay. This was a ridiculous compilation of questions for you, so don't feel bad.
I loved the questions. I have also never been good at trivia.
Oh,
like every time we go to trivia nights at a bar or something, I get excited and it is lots of fun, but I'm not helpful at all. So
you're okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
I do have just a follow-up question that I thought would be fun to ask our guest this dry January. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
Ooh. Oh my goodness. I've actually thought about this before because Small Town Murder does that little segment on a lot of their cases where when somebody's on death row, they're like, oh my gosh, last meal. And they'll always say what their last meal was. And they'll either like make fun of it or they'll be like, you know what? That was pretty good. So I've had lots of thoughts on this.
Oh, good.
And I always love it because it's like an exorbitant amount of food, which I think is what I would do. I would get like a lot of things that need a little bit of them.
Yeah.
So I love Italian food. That is one of my absolute favorites. There's a chain over here called North Italia. I would probably get just their fettuccine Alfredo, but I wouldn't eat all of it. So I would
totally
get some of that because that's one of my favorite meals. And then probably like one of their just like classic pepperoni pizzas and have some of that. I would definitely want a burger with steak fries, like the steak cut.
She's carving up. She's going out. Carbs out. I hear you.
Yeah.
I love carbs.
Listen, if I have like stomach problems going out, it's really not going to be an issue, is it? So get some KFC in there also because I love some fried chicken.
Ooh.
You have definitely thought about this.
She has.
I have. I think I would throw some chicken wings in there as well. Lemon pepper chicken wings. Those are my favorite.
Ooh.
That'd be my last meal, I think.
I can respect a good variety.
I can respect the person who knows what they want.
Same. Same. Well, Kaydra, do you want to tell all of our listeners a little bit about your show and where they can find you? Because you guys, we're telling you, we've been on Kaydra's show once before, and you have to check out her show.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, I've been doing this show for about 2 years now. It's Perplexity, a mystery podcast, and I cover all things that have perplexed me. So all kinds of mysteries. I do true crime as well. And I'm anywhere podcasts are available. I'm on YouTube also. I don't know when this drops, but we're launching season 3, January 8th. And I'm super excited. We're going to have some very heavy, like big cases that we'll cover in January for sure. I'm also very open to listener input and I really try to engage with my listeners too.
And I love your videos on socials.
Yes. Yeah. I've got some fun videos too, fun short content if that's more your thing. But I will say I don't have the comedy element as much. Sometimes I'll have a guest on and we'll like banter and there's more fun. But my cases are more of a serious tone, lots of research, that kind of thing. And my episodes are usually like 45 minutes, somewhere around there. So if that interests you, I would be happy to have you.
And you definitely should. I think this will actually be just after your season starts. So I think you should be our first dry January. Is it the first? It's on a Wednesday? So yeah, I guess it would be probably the same day as your season starts, I guess.
Oh, nice. Well, that works out perfect.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much again, Kaydra, for putting up with us and our silly little questions.
Yes, thank you for going along with things. And also just, I don't think we really said this on the actual recording, but thanks for being on my Halloween special.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. I was telling Trevin off the recording earlier that I was just blown away at the amount of work that he put into it. And you could tell when you listened to it, I've been bragging about it to everybody, including my listeners. So super happy with how that turned out. And yeah, just thank you for having me on and always happy to be able to chat to you guys. This was lots of fun.
Oh, good, good. Well, thank you so much. And thank you guys for listening to one of our Dry January episodes. We do have a few more guests coming up this month. And then don't forget that in February, we are starting off with Florida February crimes.
Yes, and start sending in your personal stories now because we will kick off March and the regular stories again with another, now that's what I call Listener Stories Volume 3.
Yes, send them in. And I hope everyone is just having the best week. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we're all doomed.
Doomed to do science projects in labor.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Perfect.
Thank you for listening to this special Dry January episode. If you'd like more bonus content and ad-free episodes, join our Patreon. Get in on the conversation in our official Doomed Crew Facebook group, or follow us on any of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or Threads. Have a petty crime of your own that you want told on the show? Email us at livelaughlarceny@gmail.com. And give our show 5 stars wherever you rate podcasts, Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods. It really helps.